country.
A real-life Pacific Heights story on the southeast side.
They not don't do just me. They haven't picked me out just one person. That goes out, I imagine, for all the senior citizens.
Urban Street explores the rights of seniors as landlords. Up next.
Our next story is about a 75-year-old woman who lives alone in the city and is being abused by tenants who refuse to pay her the rent when it's due.
Meet Maphis Neal, a former seamstress by trade, mother and grandma in the big picture.
I don't think I did anything, because the woman moved up there in that house, and I was taking the money that she was paying me, trying to fix up the house and make a better place. I had the rug shampooed, I bought a new linoleum, I loaned her a bed and a stove, and I was in the process of having, because she got children, and having some extra switches, you know, in the walls, electric switches in the wall. Now, I couldn't just take money out of my pocket. I have to do a little bit at a time.
You're on a fixed income, is that
I'm
right?
on a fixed income, and I haven't profited anything for what she paid me, because I paid it out. I paid it back up there.
Sitting and talking with Maphis brought to mind that we are the next seniors in line for this kind of abuse.
Now, I'm not begging. I just want to know why it is that they so look like they would give us consideration to try to help us. I know that I got to go to court, and I know I got to do that. But they should, these senior citizens organizations should try to help me get to court. Try to help me do something. You know, just stick by me a little bit. Just don't throw me away. Day to day, I sit here in this house and watch television, and the housekeeper comes in and cleans up, helps me the best she can, which she's a very nice woman. And so far as a survivor, I have a saying: there's nothing that can happen to me today that me and the good Lord can't handle together.
For Maphis, everyday life is a struggle with reality. Do they ever say to you, well, why don't you get some help from your relatives? Do they ever say that to you?
No. That would be that would be foolish. You know what I'm talking about? But a lot of people ask you a lot of asinine things, but I want some legal help.
After Maphis told Urban Street about her story of abuse, Urban Street correspondent Ty Wansley took the story downtown for some appropriate answers.
Urban Street traveled to the Chicago Department on Aging to get answers as to how elders can find services they need and deserve. We talked to Carolyn Cory, Director of Protective Services. Have you seen or heard of cases similar to this?
Yes, we get reports similar to this. And under our program guidelines, we're not permitted to make that an official elder abuse report, because under the elder abuse and neglect law, which is what authorizes this particular program, we only investigate domestic situations, and this happens to be a tenant-landlord type of situation.
Case in point, in her case, if the 1st of the month or the 15th of the month rolls around and it's time to get that rent check or the rent in cash, and she goes upstairs and says, pay up, and they say, no, old woman, I don't have to, because I can tell you what I want to do or tell you what I don't want to do. What's her next move?
Without knowing the specifics of the situation, she would have to have a plan in place at the time that she approaches them for the next rent. And that is where she would need some assistance from, you know, a caseworker who would help her put in place those legal processes that she needs to prior to approaching for the rent.
So you can make the linkage to assign a caseworker or have the proper department assign an individual caseworker to deal with her specifically.
Yes.
For some older people, their worst fear is not dying, it's living with the dread of confusion, neglect, and abuse. But the Department on Aging says it's here to help.
I take it that you're here to tell us that the city of Chicago is willing to help.
We are willing to help. We have many services within the department, and our goal is to improve the quality of life for every senior in Chicago.
They don't fight for you. They just tell you what the law is, and that's that, and the heck with you. That's the way I feel. I'm just expressing myself, Mr. Steele. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm worried about them. I sympathize with any senior citizen, and some of them is in a worse shape than I am because I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed.